Here we go, Virgo. What's up? This is G, Virgo. This is your reading. This is your June 2022. Just so that you know, give you a heads up, at the end of the reading, you're going to be getting a card, and it's coming from the Nature's Whispers. So let's get right onto it. So new beginnings and an ending. Okay. So you started feeling the beginnings in May, right? Big new beginning in May. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that new beginning, because that new beginning is going to be happening and triggered for the next 12 to 16 months for you, Virgo. Okay. So before we can get there, we're going to talk about what is ending. Okay. Because most of the time we don't really want to hear the word endings. We have this idea that it's negative in some way. And so instead of feeling like it's negative or that it's not good or that you're losing out in some way, I think it's better to think about your refrigerator. Hubby's on the phone at the store. Hey, do we need this? You're down the hallway, or you're in the bathroom, or you're with the kids, and you're like, yeah, get it. We need it. He gets home, he's loading up the refrigerator, and he's like, there's 2 of these in here. Like, how many times has that happened? Or you're even in the freezer and you pull out a bag and it's got like permafrost on it, right? So it happens. We have to clean out. Oh man, you're the person who would rather live traveling for a living, like the traveling salesman, or who would have an RV. You're the person who wants freedom. Flying, and if we can't always be flying, at least getting out of the house, we feel as though we just have more room, like we can breathe better, we understand the world better. It's just a sense of it's almost spiritual. It's like there is this depth of freedom. Let freedom ring. Okay. This is also like this prophecy, right? But it's in your feelings. It's what you feel. It's a really spiritual kind of kumbaya energy. It understands that nature is divine. It understands that nature is the closest thing, especially if you're talking about being around animals out in nature. It's the closest thing you'll ever get to holding God in your hand, right? Allah, creator, whatever deity is for you. It's an energy that you are releasing. It has to do with your beliefs about your feelings. Okay. The thing about this is you can be very optimistic, because our emotions and our feelings can get us down, but there may be times when you may have been a little over emotional and even exaggerated how you feel about something. Have you ever been accused of that? Being a little dramatic? It's not that you're phony, not at all, but it's just that it's a little melodramatic at times, right? When you're expressing how you feel. So there's something you're changing about that. Your feelings about family are changing. It's really your beliefs about family, actually, and your beliefs about foreigners, foreign lands, foreign languages, and foreign countries, and home, and your security tied to that. So whether that means, you know, are you around those in your neighborhood? Are they part of your family? Do you literally live with family, like blood family? Do you live with people who aren't your family, which would make a lot of sense? People who literally are not blood family, because that's the sign too. It's people you're not blood related to, but yet you live with them, or they live with you, or something like that. That's the release you're doing. Now, when we get to the beginning, is career, it's ambitions, it's goals, and it's talking and networking and communicating. It's being the orator, but it's like sales, it's teaching. Are you learning a new trade? Did you learn a new trade recently? You're having a new moon. Okay. And so that new moon, really, that energy really was something that kicked off. You might even have felt it in May, to be truthful. The last new beginning, deep emotions, right? It's buried deep emotions about yourself, okay? About your physical body, possibly about the way you think. It's going to be connected likely to ancestry, your belief about your ancestors, and possibly you having wounds from your ancestors, the wounds of your heritage. I am hearing this is deep, this is soulful, this is a release. Okay, hold on. It's a release of your fourth. Okay, it's a release of what I was talking about before, connected to family. That release. They are telling me that the release that you do involving family, your beliefs about that, because there might be some anger and some animosity, possibly heavy judgment. That's what came through. Possibly judgmental towards family. Release Once you do the release of the heavy judgments, there is a healing that comes. And this healing will be it's here's the weird thing. It's not even so much about the healing for folks that are living, although it can do that, but it's also a healing for your ancestors, seeing yourself possibly being judgmental at times. They're saying, of course, you have to think for yourself, protect yourself. And, it's not saying, throw the baby and the bathwater out. They're saying is to just ease off a bit on the judgment because everybody's at a different place. And especially in their spirituality, everybody's also at a different place in their beliefs, right? And when it comes to higher thinking and being deep concepts, not everybody is wired that way. And so they're saying that once you just have that understanding, the healing and the process of release that you're doing, the allowing, the acceptance is going to heal multi not just generational, but like ancestral wounds that had to do with the appearance of your ancestors. And again, this is coming through like really ancient stuff, like way back in the day, ancestry, like folks that don't look anything like you. There's ancestral pain about the wounds of our body coming through and being oppression, chains, I'm hearing. And so the acceptance that you can do in your lifetime right now in this period, right? There's this grand new beginning of meeting individuals where you can process deep emotions, deep feelings about appearances. And then by you doing that sort of work, whether it's, on a small scale or a big scale, it just starts conversations and enables people helps them change their perspectives, and we get the ball rolling. We start a process of healing for multi generations, for our ancestors, for other timelines, whatever it is that you believe in, whatever feels right for you. But this talking about deep emotional wounds that have to do with appearance is key, and it's a new beginning. And this new beginning is for the next 12 to 16 months of healing, of restoring restoring connections, but it's like like faith, like restoring faith in humanity, that we see the commonality within each of us. Let's pull a card. So I'm hearing you're going to get a second card. So I want to end your reading for June. I hope you enjoyed this.